Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ankeny Centennial High School baseball field here for today's matchup between the Davenport North and your Centennial Jaguars. I believe we're going to end up hopping right into this one. It'll be me, Cash Van Pauly, with your play-by-play today. And on the side of me will be Rodney Tomlinson. He'll be your color guy here today. He'll be announcing, and he will be doing color. We're going to go ahead and send it to a break. I believe we'll hop right into lineups here pretty soon. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
Listen up. I devised a plan to find better home internet, guys. Madison, you scout the web for the best deals. Peggy, you monitor our projected data usage. And Ellen...
Avoid that hassle and go with U.S. Cellular Home Internet. No more guesswork, and it is faster than ever.
U.S. Cellular new and improved home internet. Just $34.99 when bundled with a wireless plan.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We're here on the north side, here at Ankeny Centennial Baseball Stadium. Ready to go here for our second game here at Ankeny Centennial Stadium, a part of the Tim Higgin Classic. Ready to go. Beside me here is Rodney Tomlinson. He'll be doing our color today as well as being a PA announcer, so he'll be in and out.
Hey Cash, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm
glad to be here, kind of doing lots of things going on, but glad to be able to jump in and help out a little bit. as we get ready to go, and we are under delay. Davenport North coming from the south side of town. Their game ran long, so they're going to get in here, do their stretch and take some infield. We'll have starting lineups and be ready to go. So we're still a ways from first pitch.
As we wait for that first pitch here, ready to go, we are just waiting on our lineups, our second lineup card here from Davenport North. And after we get that lineup card, both teams will take infield, and we'll be ready to go for starting lineups.
And for those of you that might not have been with us, game number 1 today saw the Jaguars defeat the North Polk Comets 11-1. Pretty good game for the Jaguars. For the Comets, quite a few errors that led to those 11 runs for the Jaguars, so they helped them out more than they would have liked. Did look just a little rough, but it's early in the season. I'm sure they'll iron that out. Jaguars having a big explosion in the 3rd inning as they put up 5 runs in that one, added 3 more in the 6th. Got it started with 2 in the 1st, so that was kind of the scoring for the Jags in game number 1. For the Comets, they got 1. They broke up the shutout. Stewart had a shutout going through 6, and that was broken up with a triple to lead off the 6th inning. Drew Owen, their center fielder, and he came around to score for the only run for the Comets.
I believe our last play-by-play announcer, Cade Tomlinson, jinxed the shutout there, but
he did. He commented that every leadoff hitter, except for the 1st inning, Stewart had got them out, and then Owen promptly tripled to the alley in left center.
We want to give the North Polk Comets a shout out for coming all the way here to Ankeny. Not too far of a drive, but coming here and playing here. And they're over on the south side now, taking on the Hawks. And Davenport North just took on the Hawks. We'll get that score here momentarily. And I'm guessing it was a pretty rough and fast game on the base, as well as you see a couple Davenport North players walk in with dirt all over their pants, and probably some pretty good plays you see over there.
You know, my mom used to hate that. First thing I would do when I played, I'd run out and jump on the ground so I got dirty. I said, no matter what else happens, I look like I played. So my mother, who did the laundry, used to hate that. And I said, well, Mom, I got to look like I played, so that's how I do it. I think I ended up doing the laundry after that.
We're going to go ahead and take a break here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We'll be right back with our starting lineups in field, and we'll be ready to go here for our second game here in the Tim Hagen Classic. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
Listen up. I devised a plan to find better home internet, guys. Madison, you scout the web for the best deals. Peggy, you monitor our projected data usage. And Ellen...
Avoid that hassle and go with US Cellular Home Internet. No more guesswork, and it is faster than ever.
U.S. Cellular new and improved home internet. Just $34.99 when bundled with a wireless plan.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
US Cellular, built for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ankeny Centennial Baseball Stadium for today's Tim Hagen Classic second game here at Centennial. It'll be between the Davenport North Wildcats and your Centennial Jaguars. Right here, ready to go as Davenport North finishes up a little bit of field work here. And we'll be ready for our starting lineups here. Joining you today is your play-by-play announcer, Cash Van Volley, and in the box, our PA announcer, as well as our color announcer here today, or this afternoon, is Rodney Tomlinson.
Good afternoon, Cash. Glad to be along. Able to help out today as we're getting ready. Both teams have taken their infield, so we're going to have a manager meeting, I would assume, here very quickly, and then we'll hit them with starting lineups and be ready for game number 2. Davenport North coming over, you mentioned from the south side. We got to talk to them just a little bit. Sounds like they lost that first one on the south side 10-8 to the Hawks.
Very, very close game over there. Coach came up and said that the Wildcats were walking a lot of players over there, and looks like the Hawks came back and won that one. Iowa Sports had that one covered for you over on the south side. And as the Jaguars winning their last game, they just had here their first game here tonight, this morning was with North Polk Comets. The Jaguars ended up winning that one with a run rule 11-1. We're here ready to go. We've got the good, the bad, and the ugly playing here. Ready to go with Coach Mark High at the plate with our two officials.
Well, we saw the good in game number 1. Let's hope we skip the bad and the ugly here in game number 2 from the Jaguar standpoint of things.
With bringing that up, the Jaguars last, I believe, a couple days ago, 5 days ago, they played against Waukee. 10 unanswered runs in that one. Jaguars ended up losing that one 10-4. That was a big upset for the Waukee Warriors. Before that, the Jaguars beat Des Moines Roosevelt over at Ripley, Iowa, 6-1. And the Jaguars' very first game right here at Ankeny Centennial Stadium was against Gilbert, a 10-0 win there. Taking a look at Davenport North. They've played 5 games so far. Last 5, they're 4-1. And I would say now, without the last 5, they would be still they'd be 3-2 with that last loss to Ankeny.
Well, once again, just a beautiful day here at the ballpark. 75 degrees, no wind, bright sunshine. Couldn't ask for a better day. Looks like we're just about ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and send it over to our color as well as PA announcer today, Rodney Tomlinson, for our starting lineups, brought to you by Signorama.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. Welcome to Ankeny Centennial High School for game number 2 this afternoon, featuring the Davenport North Wildcats and the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Here are your starting lineups for game number 2. Leading off for the Wildcats, number 13 center fielder Brandon B. Batting second, the DH, number 22, Bryce Pauley. Hitting third, number 27 at first base, Clayton Bolkema. Hitting fourth, number 21, the left fielder, Paxton Thompson. In the 5 spot, the catcher, Cameron Goff. Hitting sixth at third base, Andrew Nikoluk, number 11. Hitting 7th, number 8, the right fielder, Grant Weiss. Batting 8th, second baseman, number 10, TJ Ogden. And batting 9th, the shortstop, number 4, Caden Weaver. On the bump for the Wildcats, number 1, Maddox Chapman. For your Centennial Jaguars, leading off the shortstop, number 10, Jonathan Carrasco. Batting second in right field, number 20, Cohen Bullwinkle. Hitting third, the left fielder, number 24, Joey Oki. In the cleanup spot and pitching, number 2, Emerson Alberhasky. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 4, Sean Stewart. Hitting sixth, number 7, third baseman, Will Morris. Batting 7th at first base, number 26, Preston Glatt. In the 8th spot, it'll be the designated hitter, number 6, Pratim Amin. And batting 9th and catching, number 11. Is it Lexton? Can't read my own writing. Leighton Cole. And at second base, number 28, Eli Starr.
With our starting lineups over, we're almost ready to go.
Leading off for the Wildcats, center fielder number 13, Brandon B.
We're ready to go here at Centennial. Starting off is Brandon B, number 13 for the Wildcats. Our first pitch is a strike by Alberhaski.
2:37, first pitch in game number 2.
This one was supposed to start at 1:30, I believe. That one's delayed by about an hour. But we're not saying that we don't appreciate it, but at the same time we don't. At the same time we do and we don't.
It's a beautiful day to be at the ballpark anyway, if you have to spend a little extra time.
Ball 2 by Alberhaski.
Just have to be able to read my own writing to get through the starting lineups there.
That was a nice strike there by Alberhaski to get the 2-2 on him. All he needs one more strike here. He'll record his first K here if he can get it. That one's hit over to the second baseman. And that one's bobbled over there. That one's bobbled over there by number 26, Preston Glad, I believe.
Here's your DH, number 22, Bryce Polly.
Bryce Polly up. He'll be your pitcher today for the Wildcats. First one falls in for a strike. Excuse me.
A rough start here, game 2. I'm missing names. I'm on the wrong sheet. Too much time off in between games, apparently.
That one's popped up by Polly all the way to center field. That one's a nice hit. Tracking it down is Stewart out in center field. He'll throw it in. Davenport North off to an early start here with a 1-0 lead. Clayton Bolkema, number 27 for Davenport North, comes to the plate. Comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Davenport North looking to try at least pull one win away from today's game, from their games today.
Well, and unfortunately for the Jaguars, 2 batters, 2 men on base, and 1 run in already. But I tell you what, he barreled up that last ball to deep center.
That was a nice hit right over Stewart's head. Stewart was able to track it down, but it was a nice hit. Second pitch of that bat. That one's called a strike. He's got 2 on him now. Alberhaski looking to get the first out here in the first inning in the game.
Alberhaski, right-handed pitcher, facing Bolkema, first baseman for the Wildcats, from the left side.
That one's going to be fouled off. It's a nice pitch by Alberhaski. That was the best idea there to do for Bolkema to foul that one off. Still remains 0-2.
And I'll tell you what, he's not getting cheated on the inside. Bolkema has got his toes right up there on the very edge of the white, crowding the plate.
That one's going to be fouled off. We're going to be at the 5th pitch of the at-bat. Looking at Emerson Alberhaski, he walks into this one with a 1-0 record. That pitch is popped up by Bolkema, out to left, it looks like, all the way out there. Joey Oki, I believe, will try and beam him out. And Pauly will be safe at third base. Paxton Thompson will look to try and possibly get an RBI here to bring in Pauly from third base. Alberhaski's pitch is in, and that one's called a strike.
Well, so far, Alberhaski not fooling anybody. He's had 2 strong shots to deep outfield, one to left, one to center. Let's hope he settles in.
That one's another strike there. Quick 0-2. That one's going to be fouled off. Alberhaski hasn't really pitched that much this year. He has been one of the main pitchers, and that's a strikeout. On number 21, Paxton Thompson to get the second out for the Jaguars.
Here's the catcher, number 5, Cameron Goff.
Cameron Goff will come in. After first, I thought he was related to Jared Goff. Had to make sure he wasn't. Well, 2 different sport categories, but you see a lot of football quarterbacks, good baseball pitchers as well. So
looks considerably shorter.
True. Consider he is a lot shorter. That's a nice hit over to the shortstop to Carrasco, and that one's over to first base, and that'll be the end of the first inning with 1 runner stranded at third base, 1 run, 0 walks, and with 1 hit. We're going to head to the bottom of the first with the Jaguars up. Bound to tie this one up. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We're on the north side, second game here for the Tim Hagen Classic. Jaguars first took on the North Polk Comets, 11-1 win for them. And starting off early, Davenport North Wildcats come off early with a 1-0 lead with 1 hit. Jaguars end up with 1 error after that inning. On the mound for the Wildcats is number 22, Bryce Pauly. He's a sophomore. He's got a 0-1 record. He's only got 4 innings pitched complete. He's got 4 hits and 5 runs on him. As they're ready to go here, I believe, with the last pitch. And the last there. Nice throw down from number 5, Cameron Goff, as we're ready to go. Jonathan J.C. Carrasco will start it off for the Jaguars. Only a sophomore, but proving his difference here at shortstop and claiming that starter spot for right now at shortstop.
And Cash, it is Maddox Chapman, number 1 on the bump for the Wildcats.
Excuse me, Maddox Chapman is on the mound. Bryce Pauly is his DH. That's probably why I messed that one up there. That one looks to be a little low in the inside. That'll be a 3-0 count.
I'm telling you, we just had too much time off between games.
It's
Getting
killing us.
back in.
It's getting to us. First strike there by Chapman. Chapman looking at the right person's stats now. He's got a 1-0 record so far. That was a nice pitch there. It was kind of close to a ball or strike.
Carrasco thought he had the free pass.
Lately, with the newer generation, we see a lot of those players walk out of the box, and usually those umpires call the strike. That's a strike 3 call there, and there's 1 down.
Here's the right fielder, number 20, Bullwinkle.
Chapman with a 1-0 record, and innings pitched, 5.1. He's one of the many pitchers for the Wildcats that has a 1-0 record. That one's called strike.
And right now the Jags trying to figure out the strike zone as Carrasco watched second and third strike go by. He thought they were both ball 4.
We had a strike zone that was a little bit different there for the game 1. Bullwinkle with a nice hit over to left field. He's trying for 3. He might have a chance. And Bullwinkle with the easy triple for the Jaguars, leading it off nicely. And that's the way we like it here at Ankeny Centennial Stadium for the Jaguars. Now up to bat for the Jaguars, number 24, Joey Oakey, the University of Iowa commit. His first pitch is a little to the outside. Joey puts the stop sign out for Bullwinkle over there.
That's a great place for your first hit there, Cash. A stand-up triple from Bullwinkle.
Time called.
Chapman taking just a bit too much time for the comfort level of Oakey there, so he calls for time.
That's usually when the pitcher tries to break up a little bit of a pattern there on the batter, tries to shift the momentum, and that one's called strike, 1-1 count.
Great opportunity here for the Jags to tie this up early. 90 feet away.
I would say the best opportunity here is possibly just an RBI or get himself on base, get him a nice hit, and bring that 1 run in and tie it up.
Well, Centennial certainly does not want to waste that triple from Bullwinkle.
Pitch is out, and that's going to be a ball, 3-1 count.
And Chapman has been working away here to Oakey. Away and down for the most part.
That one's inside. Oakey's going to be walked. We'll have players and base runners on the corner.
Number 2, Emerson Alberhat.
Now, I would say we have ducks on the corner, but that's not our mascot. I would go with the we have a couple Jaguars on the corners. We've got Joey Oki over at first base, and we've got Bullwinkle over at third base with a nice stand-up triple. First pitch is in, and that one's low.
And we'll watch Oki over at first to see what play the Jags are going to put on, but I would expect him to head for second here.
Nice hit by Albert Haskey. They get one out, which is going to be Joey Oki, and the Jaguars get one run across, tying things up.
And the Jaguars are on the board. Here's the center fielder, number 4, Sean Stewart.
And looks like we're going to have a pitch runner, is number 13, Braden Adams, for the Jaguars. He'll be pitch running for Emerson Albert Haskey, the Jaguars pitcher. Runner's going down. That was a nice throw. And he's got him. That'll be the third out here as we head to the top of the second. We've got one base runner on. One run, one walk, and one hit. We're going to head to the second, tie it up 1-1. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Jarash Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Listen up. I devised a plan to find better home internet, guys. Madison, you scout the web for the best deals. Peggy, you monitor our projected data usage. And Ellen...
Avoid that hassle and go with US Cellular Home Internet. No more guesswork, and it is faster than ever.
US Cellular new and improved home internet. Just $34.99 when bundled with a wireless plan.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We're here on the north side with the Davenport Wildcats and your Centennial Jaguars, tied up 1-1 at the top of the second.
Stepping in, number 11, third baseman Andrew Nicolu.
Stepping into the box, number 11, Andrew Nikoluk. First one called strike. Albert Haskey started off a little rough on the mound. Now he's starting off pretty clean. Nice to the top of the second. That's called strike 2 early.
Right down Main Street with that one.
Next one's going to be a ball in the dirt. 1-0 count.
Colton, nice job of putting the chest protector out in front of that one. Showing you what a catcher's job is, even with nobody on base.
That's one of the harder things about being catcher. That one's going to be a K off the swing.
Albert Haskey, the strikeout, one away. Here's number 8, the right fielder, Grant Weiss, will walk into the box here for the Wildcats. Going back to the catcher for the Jaguars. That's one heck of a difficult position to play, especially when you're about 10 years old and they tell you you got to block it somehow. You got to get down, you got to risk your body, and as a used to be lefty catcher, that was really tough to just take the balls right off the chest, right off the arms, all over.
But that's also just comes with your job description.
And the Wildcat batter there trying to call for time, but the umpire didn't get it. Instead, it's a strike for Alberhaski.
Alberhaski once again are off to an early 0-2 count. That one's hit over to third base. Thrown over, too far of a throw. Preston Glatt tries to grab it. Cole will grab it for the Jaguars. Weiss will get a double. Or excuse me, he will get a single reached off of a air. That'll be an error called over at the 5 spot. Be Will Morris with the, or excuse me, Jonathan Carrasco, I believe. No, that'll be Will Morris.
It was Morris at third. Just the throw got away
miss.
From him a little bit. Glatt unable to grab it, so E5. And we saw the error come back to haunt the Jaguars in the first as they gave up an error to the first player, and that's who scored. So
dangerous positioning for the Jaguars with a Wildcat on second base in scoring position. All it takes is one hit here and another error for the Wildcats to regain the lead. That's going to be called ball. He's got a 0-3. I'm guessing the coach is either saying you've got a green light if it's right there, but usually it's a red light there.
Yeah, you'd expect him to be taken all the way on this one. Generous call.
Excuse me, 3-1 count. The 1 out. Alberhaski pitch. That'll be a ball 4. Now we'll have 2 Wildcats on the pond.
Ogden, the base on balls. Here's the shortstop, number 4, Peyton Weaver.
Caden Weaver will walk up to the plate on the right side of it. First pitch, that one's popped up. Preston Glatt for the Jaguars is called off. Infield fly rule called. Eli Starr let that one drop to roll it. Infield fly call. So that'll be 2 outs on the Wildcats. Back to the top of lineup, excuse me. Brandon B. Up to bat, called strike. Alberhaski looking to get a quick 0-2 here.
And Cash, right there, you saw exactly the reason for the infield fly rule. Runners on first and second. If they drop that ball, they've got a sure double play coming. So the infield fly calls the batter out. Others can stay put or advance at their own peril.
That one's going to be a ball. Looks to be low. One count. Alberhaski with the pitch. That one's low once again. It'll be a 2-1 count. And swinging is a strike there.
B swinging right through that offering from Alberhaski.
Two across the board. That one's high. It'll be full count. Alberhaski does not want to risk this one because he'll load the bases up if he walks them here.
Runners will be in motion with the pitch with 2 away.
Ball's hit towards the right side. Caught over in right field for the Jaguars, and that'll end the inning. Bullwinkle with the catch. Out number 3. Wildcats with 2 left on base, 0 runs. I believe we had 2 walks there and a couple of hits. No hits there. And we're going to head to the bottom of the second. We'll be right back here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
Everything we do is here to benefit the client. Every decision that's needed to be made, the first question you should ask is, does this benefit the client, and is this the best thing for the client?
Our goal is to make a difference. We have the tools, resources, training, and leadership to make a difference in our agents' lives and their careers. And then they can then take that to make a difference in their clients' lives and ultimately make a difference in our communities.
We are available basically 24/7 to make sure that our agents are getting the support they need to look like $1 million in front of their clients.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We've got the country music playing. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what that is. We're right here at the Baseball Diamond watching and broadcasting some Ankeny Centennial baseball right here, a part of the Tim Hagen Classic. Nice throw down by Goff. And ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you, we had a throw out. I believe our throw out was one of our batters here last time got thrown out, so Sean Stewart will be back up to the plate.
It was Joey Oki. Well, Joey Oki's spot, the courtesy runner going down to second that got thrown out.
Looks to be a 0-1 count. Pitches off. That one's down low, 1-1 count.
Stewart was at the plate when the runner got thrown out at the end of the last inning, so he returns to the plate with a fresh count. So if you're thinking deja vu because you just saw him up there, that's why.
Next one's high, 2-2. Is going to be the count. Two pitches out, inside, full count.
And Stewart was hit by a pitch in game number 1, so he's already felt the sting of the baseball today.
And Stewart is walked. He'll be the first batter there for the bottom of the second. Free pass for him. Will Morris will come up to the plate, the third baseman for the Jaguars. Looked to be a little low there, but must have been right there from the umpire's point of view, and that was called strike.
Jaguars did a lot of running on the base paths in game number 1, but their first attempt here, they got thrown out. See what that affects this game.
We'll see what Coach Lynham decides to do with the base running, because Goff has got a nice arm on him and threw out Joey Oakey there at second base. Early 0-2. Will Morris is looking to move. Stewart. That one's a little high. Now, as me as an umpire, as well as a baseball player, I would say I would probably take a cut at that just in case of a called strike there, because it did look like it was in the zone. But it was a nice layoff. Pitch is in. And Morris will foul that one off. It'll hit Goff. And Goff is going to need a little bit. The umpire is going to walk it out.
So you want to be a catcher, do you? Goff taking that one the hard way.
We've seen, I believe, almost everything that you need to know to be a catcher. We've seen the blocking. We've seen the hits taken off, foul tips. They've got a runner. Morris strikes out, but Stewart, he's a fast one, makes it. He's safe at second base.
Chapman with the strikeout, one away. Here's the first baseman, number 26, Preston Glatt.
Preston Glatt walks up to the plate. In the first game, looks to be that he had I think almost 10 pitch, 7 to 8 pitches of a at bat earlier in the last game. He was holding off all the strikes.
Let's just say he had a lengthy time at the plate.
Yes.
Made the pitcher work.
And
well, Centennial here. Runner standing on second. Sean Stewart.
Goff calls time, walks out to Chapman, and I believe they could have been talking about Stewart. That one's going to be low. Two-0 count. One called strike of a swinging.
Very long, deliberate delivery there from Chapman as he looked back to second several times before coming to the plate.
I'm guessing that's what Goff went out there for, telling him that he might have a chance of picking off Stewart at second base if there's somebody there. Fourth pitch of that bat is up in the air. It's a nice throw, and it's a nice catch by Goff. 2-2 count. Nice hit by Glatt up the middle. Hill looks to be safe over at first base. And nice play. He'll be out.
Stepping in, number 6, Prateem Amin, your DH.
Prateem Amin will step into the box with 2 outs. Ball 1. Amin looks at that one.
Amin's first at-bat of the day here, Cash. He didn't see the field in game number 1, so DHing here his first time at the plate.
Amin will be a senior for this Jaguar team. Played a decent amount of JV last year. Now he's on the varsity squad. He's made a big impact on the varsity squad so far this year. Called strike. He looks at that one. He'll have a 2-2 count. His fourth pitch of the at-bat will not be coming.
Chapman steps off the mound to gather himself here just a minute before the delivery. He's working very slowly, very deliberately.
That one's a little low. It's a close call. We've got full count.
If he continues at this pace, you'd expect the Jaguar batters to start stepping out and asking for time.
And you see this at the major league level where they step out, they take too long, so it's gonna be foul ball. It's gonna be off Amin. Here we go, full count, 2 outs, bottom of the second. Amin trying to drive in the run. That one's low, he's walked. We've got Jaguars on the corners. Up to bat for the Jaguars, number 11, Leighton Colm. Goff is going to throw a play in there.
Well, you dreaded first and third with 2 out. We'll see what kind of a play they have on.
There's all sorts of plays that you could call here, and I'm guessing one of them would be trying to beam Amin out at second base, but I don't think Coach Lynham will send him, considering that they've got 2 outs and they're just trying to drive in one of those runs. Colton is going to have to get a hit here to bring the get the Jaguars up by 1 and claim the lead. One count. Pitch is in. Had a little bit of a spin there to it. Looks like it might have been a curveball, but not 100% sure on that. That one's going to be fouled off.
Colm battling at the plate. Seen a couple extra pitches in this at bat.
1-2. That one's low, 2-2.
Catcher tried to frame it. He wanted the call. Did not get it. Again, Chapman working very, very slowly on the mound. Apparently getting paid by the hour today.
I believe that might have been a little outside there, but that's going to be strike three. It'll send him to the top of the third, tied up 1-1. We'll see you right back here on Centennial Digital Gym by Freedom Tire for the top of the third.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
Here we go, ready to go here for the top of the third inning. Paulie will start it off with a nice hit. That one gets through.
Paulie through the 5-6 hole for the leadoff single. Brings up the first baseman, number 27, Clayton Volkema.
Nice hit there by Paulie. Up to bat is number 27, Clayton Volkema. That one is in the dirt by Will Morris. Forgot to bring up. Is going to be on the mound now for the Jaguars. Albert Haskey had himself a nice day here on the mound, but Coach Mark High decided to switch him out. That's going to be a nice hit. That's going to be in there for Volkema, and he'll have himself a single off of that one.
Volkema, the single to the right side. Here's the left fielder, number 21, Paxton Thompson.
Paxton Thompson will be up to go. Or excuse me, ready to go.
Well, the Wildcats starting to put something together here. Top of the third, first 2 batters reach. Single to the left side, single to the right side.
Strike by Will Morris. This is going to be his first strike of the day. Let's see if it'll be his first strikeout of the day here. He had one heck of a game against the Gilbert Tigers, the first game of the season for the Jaguars. Only a sophomore. I'd love to bring up that his freshman year, we saw him on the mound, but we didn't see him as much as what we thought we would. Now Will Morris has came into basically a powerhouse of a pitcher. He's got one heck of an arm. One's outside for a ball.
Just missed out of the zone, up and away.
As you saw there, Paxton Thompson got a little uncomfortable with Will Morris and him holding the ball for a little bit. But it's a two-way streak. Both two pitchers are doing that, waiting on a little bit. Pitch is in the dirt. 2-2.
Thompson down swinging in the first inning. Morris could certainly use that again right here.
If he can get him swinging here, he's got his first strikeout of the day today. Calls a strike there. Morris got his first strikeout of the day.
Morris with a strikeout for out number 1. Brings up the catcher, number 5, Cameron Goff.
Cameron Goff. He's had one heck of a day so far today. He's beamed out Joey Oki.
Goff grounded out to short in the first.
Will Morris wanted to check over there at second base just to make sure he's not getting off too far.
Jaguars trying a little hidden ball there at second base. You usually don't see that throw go through, but they actually spun and threw it. And then Carrasco hung on to it just a little longer.
That one's down in the dirt.
Hoping the base runner would stray just a step or two and hit apply the tag.
Looks like the Jaguars had number 44, Trip Rawling, move out to the bullpen. Not sure if he's warming up or getting something for the team, but he is a pitcher for the Jaguars. We did see him come in against Gilbert, and he had one heck of a game.
Yes, nice appearance for Rawlings. Come in and close it out against the Tigers.
Looks like he's working on the band, so does look like he might have a chance here to pitch in this one. That pitch is inside for a strike.
Beautiful bend on that. You had the batter bailing out, and the pitch broke right back over the plate.
When you got the batter bailing out, you know when it comes right back in, right there to the zone. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pitch there. Once again, he's got a strike.
Pretty close to the same pitch right there. Started outside, brought it over the plate. Goff swung through it.
Will Morris looking for his second strikeout today right here against Goff, the catcher for the Wildcats. His pitch is in. Fouled off by Goff. That would have been a strike 3 there if he swung and missed. Morris jumps off the mound there, steps off, takes a little breather, his back on the rubber. His pitch is in. Strike 3 on Goff. Will Morris with his second strikeout today.
Morris, the strikeout for 2 down. Here's the third baseman, number 11, Andrew Nikoluk. Morris has that bender working well.
The last thing the Wildcats want to do is strand these 2 runners that have gotten singles that are ready to get drove in here. We've got one in scoring position, and then you got another one over at first base. Second pitch of that bat is in. Strike 2.
And that's the first straight pitch he's thrown in the last 6 pitches. Paints the outside part of the plate with it.
Morris out to early lead. Let's see if he can get the strike 3. It'll be his 3rd strikeout. That one's in the dirt. I'm going to say that one was off speed. Usually when you get up ahead in the count and you have a 0-2, that's when you want to when you want to throw that off speed. All batters and basically most players in baseball know that's usually what happens, but with some pitchers that does not happen. Ball is in. He's going to foul that one off. And now for Will, I would say you would want to throw that nasty ball you've got going for you. You've had for a batter even tucking and ducking. Inside, it'll be 2-2.
Nice delivery from Morris. Nicole Luke not biting on it.
Now, I missed this earlier when it was twos across the board, including the inning. We've got twos across the board, except it's the third inning. Inside, fouls that one off.
There was the big bender. Came back with it, tried to get the strikeout. And that has been his best pitch through his first couple of outs here.
Strike 3 for Will Morris. Will send the Jaguars ready to go, hitting at the bottom of the third inning. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We're all tied up on the north side.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We're here at the Tim Hagen Classic. Up to bat first for the Jaguars, number 10, Jonathan J.C. Carrasco. He'll lead at the top of the order for the bottom of the third. Inside fouled off. It was a nice foul off by him. Carrasco has a strikeout here today. But we do have a pitching change, so that'll make a difference. Chapman comes out, and Bryce Pauley, the DH for Chapman, will be on the mound, ready to go. 1-1 count. Low, that'll be a ball. 2-1.
So Carrasco at the plate for the second time here in this game. Got caught looking back in the first.
It was a nice hit by Carrasco all the way to the center fielder. And that'll be the first out of the inning, caught by Brandon B.
B will grab that one for out number 1. Brings up the right fielder, number 20, Cohen Bullwinkle.
Cohen Bullwinkle will step to the plate for the Jaguars. Strike called for number 1 pitch of this at-bat. Ball one. One's across the board.
Pauly, a right-handed pitcher. Bullwinkle standing in the left-hand batter's box.
1-2. Pitch is in by Pauly. It was a nice hit and a nice throw over to Pauly. Bullwinkle is out.
2 away. Here's the left fielder, number 24, Joey Oki.
Joey Oki comes to the plate for the Jaguars. He's had a couple really good hits this year, starting it off. Playing a decent amount of left field. Still pitching, though. That one's in the dirt. That'll be ball one.
Oki with a base on balls in the first.
Oki with a nice hit to the gap, it looks like. And B will be there to stop it. And that'll send them to the top of the fourth.
B will make the play. 3 up, 3 down for the Jaguars.
3 up, 3 down really fast there. We're going to go ahead and head to a break. We'll be at the top of the fourth here. Still tied up 1-1.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Jarash Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Welcome back to Centennial, driven by Freedom Tire. Grant Weiss at the plate. He'll have himself a double. He's going for 3. And actually, he makes the decision to stay there.
Stand-up double.
He's got a stand-up double there.
Now batting for the Wildcats, number 10, second baseman, TJ Ogden.
TJ Ogden will come to the plate. He's been playing second base for the Wildcats. First pitch is in. That's hit over to Carrasco. He checks the runner. He throws it over. And the pick is missed by Glatt. And I believe that'll be an error called on Glatt for the... Looks like it'll be off of Carrasco, off the throw there. Just a miss.
Stand will be closing shortly. They do have half price on all grill items left. Half price on all grill items. Concession stand closing shortly.
Runners move to the corners off of that one. Morris checks the runner.
Weaver, number 4 at the plate.
Caden Weaver at the plate for the Wildcats. He shows bunt, and looks like that ball is coming straight up here to hit us.
Weaver stabbing at that one, not what you're wanting to do. You want to catch it with the bat and lay it down. On the Jaguar side of things, that is an error in 3 out of the 4 innings so far. And they've only been burned by it once to this point.
Shows bunt once again. It'll be a ball. He pulls it back.
Colton, a nice job of keeping that one in front of him. Just smothering the ball.
And he got him over at first base. He's off a little too much. We've got the sirens going. And Preston Glad, the cop, gets the robber.
With the caught stealing, 1 away.
Pitch is in. Swung, 1-2 count.
Great play over at first to get the base runner, just wandering a step too far.
I'm thinking Caden Weaver's trying to get the top of the order for the Wildcats to put a little bit more on it. Strike is called. 2 outs on the Wildcats. Now
brings up the center fielder, number 13, Brandon B.
Brandon B, top of the order for the Wildcats. He's got a couple of hits here. Brandon B. First pitch is a ball. Ball is called there. It was close, though. It looked like a strike. Strike is the call there.
There's the curve again. Morris's go-to.
One is low. Fourth pitch of the at-bat is there. Brandon B with a hit. Foul ball is called. That was really a close play over there to really determine that.
Deep behind the bag at third, and Alberhaski, even with his arm, I don't think was going to get that one over in time if it was fair. So, good call for the Jaguars that it was a foul ball. B will step back in.
Pitch is in. B fouls that one off.
I had it. I called it. It was right there.
If we were a little bit higher up, and if we were at Principal Park, that might have hit a window and broke it. It might have not have, but that'll be a walk there for B.
B draws the walk. Here's the pitcher, number 22, Bryce Pauley.
Number 22, Bryce Pauley comes in the box. Now he's the pitcher. He was the DH earlier. And Cone will call a couple of plays here. We'll see what kind of play the Jaguars end up utilizing here to get an out.
Pauley, a dangerous bat at the plate. He's 2 for 2, a single and a double.
A couple of fans were not very, very happy about B not making the run there on the miss. It's a 1-0 count. Strike call there. 1-1. Strike three called on Pauly. That'll be send us. That's only 2 strikes there is what I see, and they're saying that's 3 strikes, so we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. You watch Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
Listen up. I devised a plan to find better home internet, guys. Madison, you scout the web for the best deals. Peggy, you monitor our projected data usage. And Ellen...
Avoid that hassle and go with US Cellular Home Internet. No more guesswork, and it is faster than ever.
US Cellular new and improved home internet. Just $34.99 when bundled with a wireless plan.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Garage Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Albert Haskey at the plate. First one he looks at, which is a ball. Next one is low, ball 2.
Albert Haskey's second trip to the plate here this afternoon, grounded out to short back in the first.
Albert Haskey held himself from that one. 3-0 count. Albert Haskey will take a free ride over to first base.
Albert Haskey with a walk. Here's the center fielder, number 4, Sean Stewart.
Sean Stewart will be up at the plate for the Jaguars here.
Well, see if that leadoff walk, if we can make that come back to haunt the Wildcats.
Strike call.
Jaguars have been very generous hosts in this one so far. 3 errors on the board, giving the Wildcats plenty of opportunities.
Nice hit by Stewart, just a little short there. Stewart with a 0-2 count. Ball is low. That one's called ball. 2-2. Runner. Albert Haskey goes. Stewart he strikes out. It went over at second base. Nice run.
Nice jump there by Alberhaski, sliding in safely at second. So runner in scoring position. See if Stewart can drive him home.
Looks to be on the corner. There was a nice pitch by Pauly. Strike one.
Nice job on the mound getting that low throw back from the catcher. Didn't let it get by him.
Personally, I think Pauly could be a catcher as well if he wanted to. I think he can make it. Will Morris steps out. Nice hit by Morris. Opens it up. Alberhaski stopped by Lynham.
Stewart with a single. Morris on that.
Pitch runner is number 13, Braden Adams.
Preston Glatt.
Number 26, Preston Glatt will be up at the plate for the Jaguars. Strike call. Nice cut by Glatt. That was a good one. Just missed there a little bit, though. Runners on the corners for the Jaguars with one out. That one's low.
Catcher throwing back from the crouch just about cleared the pitcher.
First one was a blocked throw by Pauly, and now he's throwing it over. Pauly with the throw. That one's low. 2-2. That one's hit up and it's out. See if we have anybody catch. And I believe nobody got that one. Two count. Glatt trying to get something here. An RBI for the Jaguars to break this one up and lead by one. He gets a hit. That one's close to the line.
Glatt getting several looks here. Bit of an extended at bat.
Now, we saw this in the first game with Glatt. They extended at bat here. He repeats. And that one's strike 3. Got 2 outs here. Perteam Amin is up.
Stepping in, the designated hitter, number 6, Perteam Amin.
That one's called strike after the look. 1 pitch is in. Ball just a little low. 1-1 is the count. Paulie's pitch is in. That's called strike 2.
Well, Cash, in baseball, there's a saying, 2 out hits win games, and that's where we are right here. 2 away, but 2 in scoring position for the Jags. If Amin can come through.
Amin tips that one off. Amin and I actually did a lot of batting practice over at 3's T's place up in Ames, and he's got one heck of a hot bat up there. Let's see if he can transfer it out here, and I believe he can.
Be a great spot for it.
That one's outside. It was a good look there. 2-2 is the count. 2's across the board with the bottom of the 4th. That one's going to be low. He's going to have a full count.
Jaguar fans can exhale. Not sure if the 3rd strike was going to be called. It was not.
Full count pitch is off. Down low, he's got a ball 4. They're running in. He looks to be safe, and the Jaguars break it up. Jaguars lead 2-1. Runners on the corners now.
Catcher, number 11, Leighton Colm.
Leighton Colm will come in to the box for the Jaguars.
Centennial turning the base on balls into a run as ball got away from the catcher.
Now that is one thing that Coach Lynham over there is good at calling. When you see him a lot of times send the runner on those pass balls that are really close. He knows his team can do it.
Through the right side.
Has got a nice one. And we've got another one across the board. Jaguars here. Grab another one. 3-1. Out to bat for the Jaguars at the top of the lineup is Jonathan J.C. Carrasco.
Reed Anderson, number 8, running at first base.
Number 8, Reed Anderson,
at the dish,
is
number 10,
our pitch runner today.
Carrasco.
Two-out rally here for the Jaguars. Carrasco out to center field. B has got it, and that'll end the inning. But the inning won't end before the Jaguars get 2 across the plate. We'll be right back here as on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire with the top of the 5th.
Listen up. I devised a plan to find better home internet, guys. Madison, you scout the web for the best deals. Peggy, you monitor our projected data usage. And Ellen...
Avoid that hassle and go with US Cellular Home Internet. No more guesswork, and it is faster than ever.
US Cellular new and improved home internet. Just $34.99 when bundled with a wireless plan.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Looking at the weather a little bit here. In between our break, looks like Ankeny might get a little bit of rain tonight. Looks like mostly Iowa will be getting rain tonight.
Leading off for the Wildcats, number 27, Clayton Bolkema.
Clayton Bolkema for the Davenport Wildcats. Davenport North Wildcats as a dangerous weapon at the 2 spot. Once a nice hit out to right, and he's got himself a single.
Bolkema singles to the right side. Brings up the left fielder, number 21, Paxton Thompson.
Paxton Thompson up to go, ready to go. He had an infield fly earlier in this one. Eli Starr actually dropped it to see if they would, because he didn't. I didn't hear anything up here from the umpires on the infield fly. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a pitching change on the mound now. Is number 44, Trip Rawlings. He had a game earlier this year against the Tigers. He closed it out. Hit up the middle. They're going to roll it too. And we've got a double play for the Jaguars.
Carrasco to Glatt for the twin killing. Here's the catcher, number 5, Cameron Goff.
Breathe it. He's got it all.
Looking to get the update over at Ankeny High School. They're taking on the North Polk Comets. That one's high up. And will fall out.
Glatt, nice hustle over at first, trying to track that one down, but just out of play.
A little bit of a ball change there. Now, as a pitcher, I personally don't really care what the ball feels like until it's soaking wet. That's the worst feeling as a pitcher, to have a soaking wet basic weight in your hand you're throwing down to the catcher. That was a nice pitch by Rawlings. 0-2 count. Ooh, that was close there. He thought he had it.
Rawlings was skipping off the mound, headed for the dugout.
That's in. That's hit over to third base to Alberhaski. Alberhaski. Glatt with a nice stretch to end.
Alberhaski, the long throw across.
To end.
3 up, 3 down for the Wildcats in the top of the
Now
fifth.
we're headed to the bottom of the 5th with a nice fast 3 outs for the Jaguars. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Jaguars lead 3-1.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Here on the north side with the Tim Hagen Classic. Second game of the series here. Excuse me, not series, of the tournament here at Ankeny Centennial High School. Jaguars won the first game against the North Polk Comets 11-1, and the Wildcats took on the Ankeny Hawks over at the Hawks' place. And Wildcats ended up losing that one 10-8. Timmy Trumpet is playing on the speakers. Now as a USSSA baseball player, this was one of the songs that you listened to finish a game out.
At the plate for the Jaguars, number 20, the right fielder, Cohen Bullwinkle.
Cohen Bullwinkle at the plate for the Jaguars. That one tips off the catcher. Goff has had 2 on him today. Pitch is in. That one drops low for a ball. One is tipped out. 1-2 count on Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle with a triple back in the first inning.
One's in. That's going to be fouled off as well. I believe that triple started a spark for the Jaguars. And then the Jaguars went a little cold there, and now they're up 3-1. Bullwinkle over to first base. And a flip. Gets the first out for the Wildcats.
Play at first, 1 away. Coming to the plate, number 24, left fielder, Joey Oki.
Now to bat for the Jaguars, number 24, Joey Oki. That one looked to be outside there.
Well, apparently your eyes and the umpires are different.
They must be. I also don't have the straight angle there, so he has a better angle. Another strike call. That had a little bit of movement on the ball.
Well, with the spin on that one and running away from Oki, harder to handle.
0-2 early. Looks to be outside there.
Goff tried really hard to frame that one. Backhanded and brought it back over the plate.
Strike 3 there, swinging. Oki will head to the bench. Up for the Jaguars, number 2, Emerson Alberhaski.
Here is number 2, Emerson Alberhaski.
It was a nice swing by Alberhaski, but just a little late on that one. Second pitch of that bat is there. That one's going to be a ball. 1-1 count. Strike there. 1-2. Alberhaski hits that one up. Pauly will call it. He misses it in fair territory. Alberhaski is aboard at 1.
Coming to the plate, the center fielder, number 4, Sean Stewart. And that's just the kind of thing the coach was talking to us, Cash, about before the game, of giving free chances on a play like that. That combined with the issues they've had in walking hitters, he said was really biting them, not being able to overcome that.
That one was in the dirt. 1-0. Two-0 count. Outside, excuse me. That one's a strike.
That time Goff sold it well enough, pulling it back over the plate for a strike call.
Now as a catcher, there's a movement that you have to do so the umpire doesn't look, I believe, somewhere. Albert Haskey didn't see that one. And Albert Haskey is out. And we will head to the top of the 6th.
That'll be caught stealing to end the bottom of
Well, at the top of the 6th, Stewart will come up for the bottom of the 6th. 3-1 Jaguars lead. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
Andrew Nicole Luke will step into the box. Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Jaguars with a nice lead, 3-1 here. In the top of the 6th inning, Trip Rawlings with the pitch. That one's low. Preston Glatt with a nice catch in foul territory to get the first out for the Jaguars.
Takes control for one away. Brings up the right fielder, number 8, Grant Weiss.
Grant Weiss will come to the box with one out. He's got a nice tank off of that. Hits it in the gapper. He's not going to take 3. He'll have himself a double.
Weiss will stand on second. Here's number 10, second baseman, TJ Ogden.
TJ Ogden will be in the box with one in scoring position. First one would have probably nailed him in the head. It was a nice duck there. The
Ogden got way closer of a view at that ball than he wants to.
True.
As it went behind his head.
That one's off the umpire. One.
Umpire taking a solid shot off the face mask there as it was fouled right back into him.
One pitch. Is delivered. That one's inside. 2-1. Strike call there.
Rawlings, a nice bender there. Kind of froze Ogden in the batter's box.
2-2. Pitch is delivered. Looks to be outside. It'll be a full count. Ogden's got to bring in this runner here at second base.
Several umpires in the crowd wearing maroon and gold that were calling that one strike three.
That one's high. It'll be ball 4. And the Wildcats will have 2 aboard.
The base on balls. Here's the shortstop, number 4, Caden Weaver.
Caden Weaver will come to the plate for the Wildcats with 1 out and 2 aboard. 2 Wildcats on the pond.
Big spot here for Weaver at the bottom of the order, trying to turn it over to the top.
Strike call. First one is a looking strike. Jaguars have action in the bullpen. We'll find out who that is here pretty soon. Wildcats, no action in the bullpen. Oh, 1. 0-1 pitch is delivered. That one will be a ball low.
Weaver 0 for 2 so far today. Struck out back in the 4th. His last time at the dish.
Rawlings, a senior for the Jaguars. He plays the outfield, but also is a pretty good pitcher. Or excuse me, first base, and he's a pitcher. That one's hit to right field. Wildcats are running in. The Jaguars throw it in. And we've got the bases juiced with Wildcats.
Brings up the center fielder, number 13, Brandon B. Ouch.
One out here. Dangerous position here with a bases loaded. Ball low, nice block. That could have risked a run there.
Centennial infield playing back. They are not coming in with a 2-run advantage. They're willing to concede 1 for the possible double play.
Brandon B is a dangerous player to have at the front of the lineup. He has a hit. That one's past Albert Haskey. Joey's going to... Ooh. And I think there... TJ Ogden there was a little scared to run on Joey Oki like we've seen this year a couple times. Different players scared to run on him.
The pitcher, Bryce Pauly.
One comes across the plate for the Wildcats.
It was hammered. I think that's one, if you call it an air, you go play third. He tried to whiff at it with the...
Rawlings pitch is in. That's a strike. That'll be the first strike of that bat.
Tying run standing just off third base for the Wildcats.
Pitch is in. That's a strike 2. 0-2 early in the count.
Jaguars could certainly use a strikeout here.
Rawlings can get the strikeout. The Jaguars can get a play here. Bases loaded. Ball's in. That one's close. It's low, though. 1-2 count. Ball's in. That one's a little far.
Rawlings losing his plant foot there as he comes down. Centennial with a forced play at the plate.
A dream here for the Jaguars could be a double play here. Throw home and get that out, and then get one at first base or the nearest base. That one's hit. Foul ball into the Jaguars. Dug out close. Almost went in there. 2-2 count. Strike 3 on Pauly by Rawlings. 2 outs.
Rawlings the strikeout for out number 2. Here's the first baseman, number 27, Clayton Bolkema.
Clayton Bolkema will come up to the plate. He's had all good hits here this afternoon.
Last 2 times up, singled sharply to the right side. His pull side.
Strike called on him. As a lefty, you try and hit it to the other side. A lot of left fielders don't see that coming, but with Bolkema's strength, it's gotten by the Jaguars on the right side. He pulls it once again. That'll be a foul ball. He's early on the ball on that swing.
Oh, he steps back in the box as he swings and turns his whole body to the right side, so definitely a pull hitter as he has shown.
Outside ball.
Jaguars would be fortunate to get out of this, only giving up 1.
Hit over, caught by
and there it
Jonathan J.C. Carrasco to end the top.
In his tracks for out number 3.
We're going to head to a break here. Jaguars are going to have the chance to add to their lead. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.
Freedom Tire is proud to be the title sponsor of supporting Jaguar student athletes through Centennial Digital. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping your family safely on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Come see us at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of Centennial Digital.
Welcome to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We're on the north side with the Tim Hagen Classic. Davenport North Wildcats versus the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. 2-3 score here. Very close. Wildcats the last top part of the inning. This inning actually came up with a run. Left it 3 stranded. Bases juiced. Jaguars ended up getting the nice out. Jonathan J.C. Carrasco over at shortstop with a nice catch of the line drive. Now up to bat for the Jaguars.
Center fielder Sean Stewart.
Is number 4, Sean Stewart. That one's a hit to shortstop. He misses that one. Stewart safe at first base.
I'll bring up number 7, Will Morris.
Will Morris will be up to bat. Looking at the Jaguars' next 3 games. Now we've got the right graphic up there. Shows the next 3 games is Davenport North. Actually, the next 3 games will be at Dowling Catholic. That'll be a 1 JV and 1 varsity game. Then the Jaguars head over to Valley High School for the first doubleheader, CIML doubleheader of the season for the Jaguars.
Goff, a nice stop behind the dish there for the Wildcats.
That was a nice foul tip there by Morris. So after Valley, the Jaguars go on Thursday, May 30th, over to DCG and take on the Mustangs. They're 8-0 currently. That one's fouled off. We've got clapping music, working music, and Happy If You Know It playing on the speakers. As Jaguar fans, they'd be happy if they can put around maybe 2 more runs here just for a little bit of insurance. That one's fouled to the side. Two count on Morris. Goff dribbles with the ball, and Stewart safe at second base.
Goff having trouble coming up with a handle on that one. Stewart with a good jump.
Morris with the hit. He'll not move Stewart. It was a nice stretch over there by Bolkema. He'll get the first out.
1 away. Here's the Centennial first baseman, number 26, Preston Glatt.
Preston Glatt will be the next one up to go. And we got the coach out talking to the players here. Talking to the pitcher, actually. And he'll walk off. Goff will do he'll run, actually jog to the plate.
Well, Centennial now one away as Sean Stewart stands down at second. One Geico Insurance run.
That was a nice cut by Glatt. That's overhead. Jaguars might get some insurance here. Stewart's on his horse, excuse me. Jaguars lead 2-4.
Glad an RBI double. Here's the DH number 6, Prateem Amin.
And we've got the ambulance going by. We can hear the sirens. And looks like we're having a little bit of confusion here with fans talking.
Pinch hitting.
Glatt is safe at second.
Number 1, Isaac Brule. So was it a catch or what did they call it?
They thought Glatt was out on a catch. He was safe at second base, though.
Called it a catch.
Or excuse me, they called it a catch. He missed it. But we've got it all sorted out.
4? You got 4? And he's standing. So initially I thought the kid caught it. No,
Bunt shown by Isaac Brule.
Brule did see his first at-bats in game number 1 today.
Brule, I believe, was injured here a couple days ago. His brother did get surgery, though. Lucas Brule. But also, it's one of the Brule brothers. They are doing haircuts this year, doing the fades and one of them is a barber. That one's strike call there. 2-2.
Brule bounces back out of the way of that one.
Pauly trying to finish this one out with full count against Brule. He calls that strike 3 behind the plate. That'll be 2 outs on the Jaguars.
Pauly with the strikeout for 2 down. Brings up number 11, the catcher, Leighton Colm.
Leighton Colm will come to the plate for the Jaguars with 2 outs, with Glatt on second base. That's a strike. Now, the Jaguars, if they could get this run in at second base, it would be nice insurance just in case something does happen. But the Jaguars are leading by 2, so that's some pretty good insurance right there. Swung on by Colm.
Colin RBI single back in the 4th.
1-2 count on him. That's low in the dirt. 2-2. Twos across the board here for. Nice hit right up the middle. He'll send him. Oh, no, 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 no. He will say no. Nice block by Goff.
Cone buzzes the tower for a single.
Up to the plate, top of the order for the Jaguars.
Coming to the plate,
Number
the
10,
shortstop.
Jonathan
Number 10,
J.C.
Carrasco.
Carrasco. Pitch runner for the Jaguars, number 8, Reed Anderson.
Number 8, Reed Anderson running at first.
Carrasco with the drop over center. Jaguars have extra insurance with a lead of 5-2.
Carrasco, an RBI single. Stepping in, the right fielder, number 20, Cohen Bullwinkle.
That one's called out, and that'll be a ball.
So I said back in the fourth, 2-out hits win games. We got him in the fourth. We got him here again in the sixth.
Jaguars here are really, the bats are popping with the last two batters here with 2 outs. 1-0 count. That'll be a ball 2. I just don't know what it is with all baseball teams, but the 2-out rally gets everybody. It's a nice hit. Nice hit by Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle, a single.
Bases juiced with 2 outs.
Here's number 24, the left fielder, Joey Oki.
Joey Oki up to the plate. He's had a couple really good hits this season. Let's see if he can come through here with bases juiced.
They are full of Jaguars.
Swings at that one. That one falls off and falls in front.
Oki 0 for 3 on the day. Down swinging in the fifth. I'd like to make up for that one right here.
Strike called. 0-2 count.
Well, now you got to protect.
One's in the dirt.
And I think the hard thing here today we've seen, you're not really sure what to protect.
True. 1-2 count with 2 outs. That one's in the dirt. 2-2 count. 2s across the board. I think this is probably the 6th time we've had 2s across the board here. Full count on Joey Oki with Jaguars on the pond. Ball 4.
Oki.
Jaguars.
Free pass. is number 2, third baseman Emerson Alberhaski. Hello.
Well, the new pitcher warms up. We'll go ahead and take a break here on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Time.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to,
Listen up. I devised a plan to find better home internet, guys. Madison, you scout the web for the best deals. Peggy, you monitor our projected data usage. And Ellen...
Avoid that hassle and go with US Cellular Home Internet. No more guesswork, and it is faster than ever.
US Cellular new and improved home internet. Just $34.99 when bundled with a wireless plan.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Here on the north side with a new pitcher for the Wildcats. Alberhaski with a hit. That's in. Jaguars going to bring in 2 runs. Jaguars, more insurance here.
Alberhaski brings in a pair. Brought to you by Freedom Tire. Here's number 4, Sean Stewart.
Sean Stewart sees his second at bat here, I believe, in this inning. Strike 1 on Stewart. It's a nice hit. Over to shortstop. Jaguars with another run. Oki comes across the plate. Jaguars got Jags on the corners.
Stepping in, number 7, third baseman Will Morris. How about he reaches twice in the same inning on E6s?
Ball high. Ball 1.
So an unusual stat here in the books. Will Morris reaches twice this inning, both times on an E6.
Ball 2. Now out in front, Morris might have a chance. He pulls off the base. Morris is safe at first base. Jaguars with another run.
Morris hustling down the line. Number 26 at the plate, first baseman Preston Glatt.
Preston Glatt at the plate for the Jaguars. Let's see if he can drive them in.
Did you give the air to the throw? Yeah. Yeah. It pulled him.
Courtesy runner for the Jaguars, number 18, Jackson Reed.
Jackson Reed running at first for the Jags.
Now we say a home run could send us home here. Or just sending in these 2 runs could send us home. Now, looking at home run wise for the Jaguars, last year only had 10 runs home runs, and I believe we only had 3 here at Centennial. On the mound for the Wildcats, Jaguars have been just getting back-to-back hits. I haven't been able to introduce. Number 19, Max Feltz, is on the mound for the Wildcats. 1-1 count on Glatt. Strike. 1-2. Jaguars have 2 in scoring position now.
And trying to look at all my colored boxes there, we do have 7 in this inning. I was questioning that, but that seems to be the answer.
Strike 3 called, and we're going to head to the top of the inning. Jaguars put a beautiful 7 up here. We'll be right back on Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Time.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Drosh Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. We're here in our last inning, I believe, here. 10-2, the Jaguars put up 7 in the last inning for a little, I would say, a lot of insurance just in case here. Up to bat for the Wildcats is number 12.
At the plate, number 12,
strike.
Elion Aquino.
Elion Aquino is at the plate. Strike 1, 0-1. We have seen him today, I believe, here for this game. Strike 2 with a swing. Strike 3, number 22, Carter Smalley with a nice strikeout.
Smalley with the strikeout. Here's number 5, the catcher, Cameron Goff.
Cameron Goff is at the plate. That's fouled off. Into the Jaguars dugout. Almost took out Coach Blavitz over there. That one's outside. Ball. 1-1 count on Goff. That one's in the dirt.
Well, Centennial just a couple of outs away here, Cash, as we're in the top of the 7th. Added a nice cushion there in the bottom of the 6th.
We'll be back with our Lamberti Goki Lucci Law player of the game here. So stick around for that. We'll take a short break at the end of the game. We'll pick our player, and we'll be right back. And we'll tell you the player. Right now we have really a lot of good candidates for that player of the game today. That one's popped over to Preston Glatt. That one's caught, excuse me. 2 outs.
That one, 2 away. Coming to the plate, number 18, Max Smith.
Strike one. Hit over to Albert Haskey, and that'll finish this one up in the Jaguar.
Victory.
Jaguars will get the win 10-2. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with our player of the game. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by
Listen up. I devised a plan to find better home internet, guys. Madison, you scout the web for the best deals. Peggy, you monitor our projected data usage. And Ellen...
Avoid that hassle and go with US Cellular Home Internet. No more guesswork, and it is faster than ever.
US Cellular new and improved home internet. Just $34.99 when bundled with a wireless plan.
So when an athlete walks into Nick Drosh Fitness, the one thing we want them to know is that this is a phenomenal community. We have the best coaching. We have the best technology. We have the programming that can help them succeed. So whether it's trying to get on JV for the first time, going to that next level on varsity, going from a second string to an all-state player, we have the tools, we have the programming and the coaching in order to take each individual to their next level.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Welcome back to Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire. Our player of the game, Lamberti Goki Lucci player of the game for the Jaguars is Cohen Bullwinkle with a triple today. He started off really hot for the Jaguars. Jaguars then kind of went down a hill there, and Bullwinkle came right back up for the Jaguars with that nice triple. Jaguars end up with the victory here, 10-2. Get extra insurance in the last inning. Bottom of the sixth with 7 runs. Jaguars end up winning the Tim Hagen, over here at Centennial with a 2-0 record today. You can catch the Jaguars back in action against the Dowling Catholic Maroons, I believe, over at Dowling Catholic on 5/29. For the color announcer here, Rodney Tomlinson, I'd like to say thank you for joining me tonight, or today, this afternoon, and Cash Van Ball, your play-by-play announcer tonight, this afternoon. It's been a great Tim Hagen Classic. We'll see you next year, as well as you can catch Centennial Digital back live here at our next event. Cannot remember if it's softball or baseball. I believe it's softball, but you can catch us back here, right here at all your home games. You're watching Centennial Digital, driven by Freedom Tire.